Okay, I am to report, believe it or not. Thank you, war heroes. Um, hold on. My hair, I'm just running around in here in this terrace, so I'm not trying to film myself because of what's going on and how I have to fucking live in here. I am so fucking beside myself. Whew, May 4th, 11:11 a.m. Okay, we know the year 2024. All right, Okay, I am only allowed to say this much about what I've witnessed in here. I can't talk about anything else or even bring up the subject, okay? There's a massive amount of other felony fucking terrorist acts I'm a witness to just this morning alone that I can't talk about. So please understand, if you're the viewers, this is just half of it, drop in the bucket. It's incredibly hard for me to keep going through this day and night into the next day and night, all right? It's got to come to an end at some point, all right? I've absolutely had enough of it here. All right. For the good military, they need to know that I'm not going to report the whole pizza pie. I can't report it, okay? There's so many freaking totally outrageously illegal things going on in here that are so obviously military stuff that I can't talk about it on YouTube. I am beyond belief grateful to my higher power, God the Father, that I have that guidance, because it saved my life in here. What I am able to talk about on YouTube, and I do need to report it, is it's happening again. While there's unbelievable terrorist stuff going on in here, in this property, while this house is seemingly empty and vacant, and I'm the only one, to my best knowledge, still an occupant in this property, there are people in here with no question, okay? I will describe only a few things. I can't describe, I'm forbidden to say what I've witnessed these people do. Okay, I'm forbidden. This is YouTube, dude. There are people in here. I can't say. So, like, if you were to cross-examine, of course, they say, what do you know? What did you see, hear, smell? All that sort of stuff. Because this is the internet, I cannot talk about it. There are people in here. I could tell you where on the internet I know they are. There are people on the first floor crashing down since 5 a.m. Crashing down so fucking hard somewhere down there that through my AC, like the helicopters last night on film, I heard it and it shook my floor and the wall from floor fucking 1, dude. So I'm above that shit and it's still bashing and shaking through my mattress on the floor, and cracking my walls going up, bro. Not down, man. The force and the physics of that huge crash of a body. It was a fucking person. That person went crashing down after I used the bathroom, after I had moved around in here. That shit would have woke me up in a hot minute too, okay? It was about before the sun rises here in daylight savings time. I think we're in daylight savings. I don't even care right now. The sun rises here about 6 a.m. It was about 5:30 a.m. I'm allowed to say that I witnessed that on floor 1, and I witnessed other events on floor 1. I heard hard objects, and I smelled decomposing bodies coming, I believe, from the floor. And that the area I heard the activity, which I'm allowed to report on the internet, was where I said they are right connected to 1507 on the top base where you stand of floor 2. staircase. So it's like floor 1, roof, ceiling. All right, this is all I'm allowed to say, though. I mean, I'm not allowed to talk about anything else I've been witnessing, like I just literally said. So I'm not going to repeat myself, okay? The decomposing bodies are no mistake. They're going from my bathroom, the bathtub. Like, you don't mistake that. You know you're smelling it there, okay? It's strong. I'm not going to sit here and do stench levels. This is nonsense. It's a very strong, reeking stench of decomposing bodies coming from my bathtub, all right? It's also coming from that area right by my bathroom, which is still on the floor. Everything's coming from the floor area, which I presume is taking place in floor 1, and that's why I heard all this war or whatever this is in this house. Okay, so what I'm okay to say on the internet is when I was in the bathroom this morning around after sunrise, I don't know, 7:30 or so, okay, I was in the bathroom again, and I did not smell the corpses, okay? I smelled the corpses on the stair area. They're moving back and forth from the stair area to the bathtub. But what I heard, all I'm allowed to say, I've been witnessing people in here, okay? So I can't talk about that. But what I can say that pertains to humans is I heard them moving, dragging stuff underneath my bathtub, dude. This was in the middle of, during other events that people were carrying out. It was a people involved event. But I can't talk about anything else except I heard them moving, dragging heavy objects, and I heard more hollow tubs, clunk, clunk, and hard objects, all from this floor 1 fucking area right next to 1507. Like, you don't mistake that, and you know it. Okay, and this has been going and going and going on for multiple hours where, I mean, we're almost to the afternoon. It just has been at really high pace. Like, everybody, that's the people I'm witnessing, are just really busy, dude. I don't know words. This is going to work, okay? So then in the middle of all this terrorism, I start to get text again from my biological mother, who's putting me on, is how I would see it. And I would see this as putting me on if I were to receive these text messages even 10 years ago, before I ever started going after Donald Trump, going after Al-Qaeda Middle Eastern terrorist, I would have said, what is this? What is this? What? The text message made me fucking nauseated. Now, there was other terrorism that occurred that I'm forbidden from talking about the moment that I received that text message, okay? I wasn't surprised. I have fully learned the process here. The pattern here is I receive a text message from my relatives in my bloodline relation, and all this terrorism goes off in this property or in the houses next door. You hear it. Witnessing is witnessing. You can smell it. You can see it, so on and so forth. But I'm not allowed to talk about it. Okay? And I'm getting these messages and texts that are just total put-ons. Like, 10 years ago, I would have said, what is this? I would have confronted her and been upset because I know she's putting me on, and I don't like dishonest people. No, I do not believe I can trust Bonnie or Jim. No, okay? I don't want to call them by their first names because I don't know what they're involved in. Nobody talks to me. They talk to me and it's not safe, and I don't believe it's good for me to contact her. I don't believe it's dangerous for me to ask her to help me to get out of here. But they're clear in their position. They will not help me get out of here. They will only have me put all my belongings in a strange storage bin and have me get on a plane alone to a town in the state of Washington that I have never been to. I'm sorry, that sounds so totally uncomfortable that nobody would agree to something so creepy. They will not budge, and now I'm getting put on messages that I am not allowed to put on Facebook. I am forbidden from putting on any more written statements or verbal statements from Bonnie and Jim. They are now in the exact same category as Thelma, William, and everybody else who comes into this terror cell. I am to mention to the heroes right now that male ISIS terrorist who comes in here, and I can say this on the public forum, he's like that huge guy who talks to himself as he goes up and down the stairs. He's really fucking crazy dude, like no question. The guy's schizophrenic, man, and he's in here all bad. This is all bad, dude. He's completely 100% in communication with Bonnie and Jim. Now, I'm forbidden on the YouTube to say everything I've witnessed this guy do. All right. I mean, that means what was happening in here. Witnessing is witnessing. Please, I wait for the cross-examination. I would love to do a deposition. I would love to do all of that. All right, so this is enough said. I am now receiving text messages from the biological relatives. I do not know what they're involved in, but they are not fucking safe for me to talk to. I don't believe it's going to cause me physical harm or any real danger if I text her here and there and keep asking for a little help with groceries here and there to see if they even send $20. I don't believe so. Okay, but they're not going to help me get out. It's not the name of the game. The name of the game is to get me to put all my belongings in some strange storage and just disappear on a plane to a small town. The fact they think that anyone would ever consent to that is beyond my understanding. So I'm not going to have these kind of really creepy, long text messages, dialogue with these kind of individuals ever again. Okay, but that clearly do not and need not to have much interaction with them. And the fact that these individuals are texting me during obvious terrorism, right back to back with the whole house going off, is enough for me to know not to have a lot of contact with them. Whatever it is that Bonnie and Jim are involved in, I must now distance myself so far away. And my guidance from God is it is correct. And you can't even put their text messages or things they say in voicemail, or if you speak to them on the phone, these conversations must now stay off the internet. It's done. So I cannot share with the public what the heck is happening in my life when it comes to my relatives, but I don't think the public is too surprised. We are there at that point now. I gave you the date, I gave you the time. Now we're at 13 minutes. I'm going to go. I'm safe. Well, in my room, I am safe. And it is going off in here with definitely decomposing bodies, dude. And I can't talk about any more statements than that, like how often and so on and so forth. I just can't talk. Goodbye.